Does that count as auto?
Yeah, it's a car company.
But the question was about superheroes.
Yeah, but one of the questions, not really. One of the questions was, where did Rivian get its name from? That's not about rivers. It's about cars.
What? Rivian?
Yeah.
Listen, the logic is flawless on that. And with that, Waveform is produced by Alice Molina and Alice Roven.
Alice Roven and Alice Molina. Roven Molina.
It's me and me.
Wave.
I'm just back here with myself.
What is up, people of the internet? Welcome back to another episode of the Waveform Podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Marques.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm David.
And it's Techtember, so we got a lot to talk about. That's just kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
I think this week we want to talk about a couple things that are a little all over the place. Polestar Phone, Cybertruck Spoon. I don't know. Like, we kind of just have weird stuff to talk about this time. It's just the way it went.
Random word generator.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it. But also, we will do our full iPhone event roundup and predictions because there's a lot to expect to kick off September. That's kind of the thing that marks the beginning of Techtember, I think. And then also Google getting rid of a service at the worst possible time. We'll talk about that later.
It's always
as well.
the worst possible time.
Yeah.
This one might be the worst out of all the ones they've done.
That's true.
It's surprising.
But first, Ellis has a correction from last week.
Hey guys, I was wrong allegedly about something last
Allegedly.
week.
Okay.
No, remember last week I was like, Sony Link, those dogs with their Wi-Fi Direct, or I said it smelled of Wi-Fi Direct to me. Someone anonymous who is kind of in the know reached out to me and was like, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure it's not Wi-Fi Direct. They said for battery life reasons. They said it's much more likely that they developed their own proprietary protocol on a 2.4 gigahertz band.
Oh.
So
That makes more sense.
It smells like Wi-Fi Direct, but it might not be. So even though I didn't say that for certain, just wanted to clear the air a little bit before the Sony hounds wind up.
Bro, I don't care. It's a proprietary protocol.
Proprietary.
They're $200 earbuds. Yeah. I don't care what protocol it uses. All
We'll
right.
do more. We'll jump more into the iPhone event stuff after the break, but we do have a couple of weird random word generator articles to talk about. Which one do you want to start?
I have a fun one here to start that I didn't ask either of you if you saw this or not because I thought it was funny. Did you see there's a new app with short form content?
Yeah. I read every article on the internet.
You didn't see this?
I've already
Another one?
absorbed the
If you had to
internet.
guess, which app do you think is launching short form content?
Which app? So it's an existing app that's
Yeah.
launching short form content.
Yes.
You're going to get it wrong, but it's funny.
LinkedIn.
Oh, I wish.
That was my
Oh
guess.
man, that makes way more sense.
It does.
LinkedIn actually kind of makes sense.
Something. It might be Spotify.
They already sort of have
Yeah, they
short
kind of
form
do,
content.
right?
They have TikTok feed,
Oh yeah.
if you can find it.
And the short new, we just talked about it not that long ago. That like the music that's clips from it,
clips of
to
the
like
songs.
try and discover.
Yeah.
Is this an app that already has content?
It's an app that serves you other apps.
Oh no.
The App Store?
The Google Play Store.
Google Play Store.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. So an app already has like video listings. Is that what you're gonna tell me is short?
No. The Google Play Store is going to have short form content.
So right now, inside of an app listing,
No,
you can have screenshots and or short videos. It's not that. Oh god. Okay.
No.
What is it?
It's worse.
The Play Report.
What?
It is now an original series that spotlights the latest and greatest apps and games on Google Play, and it will be available. There's a For You page on the Google Play Store.
Oh my god.
And Google will shut it down in 15 minutes.
I guarantee. Can we make bets on when this shuts down? This is 1,000%.
Will
getting
this
shut down.
podcast be published by the time this shuts down?
Yeah.
It's literally okay. I'm looking at the screenshots here now that I've clicked this. It's
Fireball
the
Wizard.
top of the Google Play Store, which normally just has some apps because it's the Play Store, instead has a screenshot, a thumbnail of a short. It's a YouTube short.
Actually,
I guess
I didn't look at that. That part's confusing. The bottom says shorts, but the top has a like watermark that says Google Play.
The article says, behind the scenes, this just appears to be YouTube Shorts with the App Store already supporting regular videos and listings.
Right.
Google is piloting this new way to surface hidden gems and trending apps games in the US.
It does have to be a little further though, because I'm assuming you can swipe through this like shorts to see other Play Report things, right?
That's the question. if you click into this and you're in the Shorts feed and then you swipe, are you just going to go to a random other YouTube short, or are you going to go to another Play Store related short?
I would assume it has to be a Play Store. If you just are in the Play Store to download an app, get distracted, and now all of a sudden you're 45 minutes into short form like TikTok style content, that would be hilarious.
It could happen.
I don't yet have this on my phone, but
I thankfully also have not seen this on my phone.
yeah.
Oh, it does say for those who aren't seeing the Play report today, the shorts will also be uploaded to Google. Oh, so you can just follow it on Google,
On the YouTube
YouTube
channel.
as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's the Google Play account, and that's why it says Google Play in the screenshot.
Okay.
Wow.
Google Play is its own YouTube channel.
Yeah, all these services have their own YouTube channels. That's a nice way of
unfortunate.
like keeping track of the graveyard of Google services that have existed, is because they all still have their old YouTube channels out there in the world.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
we can move on.
Nice.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's where I'm going to spend all my time consuming.
Oh, there we
media
go. I
now.
found them all.
There they are.
182 views. Wow.
Wow,
they
yeah,
can't even
there's
push
only
their
5 of
own
them.
shorts.
Yeah, I guess it's early.
I mean, it's
funny.
not fully out for everybody yet, I guess. But let's keep an eye on that. Let's see how many views they pump in from the Google Play Store.
I think that's gone by the end of 365 days from now.
Absolutely.
Gone.
100%.
That's a pretty long tenured Google.
Like the last video will be uploaded before the end of 2024. Last short, anyway.
100. Yeah, probably before the end of this year.
All right, well, moving on from Google Play Store Shorts to either Polestar Phone or Cybertruck Spoon. Which should we do first?
I want to talk about the Polestar phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't actually. I don't know anything about it, so please explain.
I'll tell you about it. Okay. So at a press conference very recently, the Polestar CEO said that they are going to be shipping a Polestar branded phone in partnership with Meizu in December. For those that don't know, Meizu or however you pronounce it, is a Chinese phone brand that makes generally mid-range phones, and they're generally really weirdly shaped.
The first one I ever saw was when I started working here, and it had like a screen on the back so you could take selfies with the normal camera. It was like inside the camera bump. And that was, I know we've done that more since then,
Yeah.
but that was the first time I ever got introduced to their stuff.
My
and
friend-
I probably haven't seen it since.
Yeah, my friend Ayano, who works for Engadget Japan, she loves the phones because they make these weird phones that have like ring lights built in and that have like
make
really
weird
good
phones.
cameras. They make really weird phones.
I mean, they make some generic phones, but they also make weird phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, Meizu got a majority stakehold was acquired by Polestar / Volvo's parent company last year. So now the parent company owns, doesn't own fully Meizu, but owns a majority stake in Meizu. So basically, and also owns Polestar. So now they're making some Polestar branded phone for the Chinese market. I believe it's only for the Chinese market because it doesn't run a normal version of Android. It runs like a fork of Android that is used in
it's
China without the Google Play Store.
Yeah.
And so it's going to ship with the Polestar 4. So it's going to sort of be like a companion device. And the CEO is saying like, oh, we want to live in this future where like the phone and the car are like the same things. You get in the car and you can like play the same apps on the car.
Is that the Polestar CEO saying that, or is that okay? And
Yeah.
just to clarify, Geely is the company that
Geely,
owns all of them,
yes.
right? Okay,
Yes.
or is the parent company that we're talking about that owns a lot of different.
They own a
things?
lot of stuff. They bought Volvo from Ford in 2010, so they also own Lotus. So I got really excited when I saw the headline of this initially because it just said Polestar is making its own phone. As people may know, Polestar also makes motorcycles and like quad stuff now.
I actually didn't know that.
It's not directly through them. It's like a partnership with other
Okay.
brands. But so a lot of people thought like, oh, they're just kind of sticking their brand on like a Meizu phone.
Like the Bugatti scooter.
It sounds kind
Yeah, but apparently it's going to run the same OS or a version of the same OS as the car will be running in China. So it'll have more tight integration.
And that's also a little confusing for us because we're used to Polestar with Android Automotive,
Yeah.
but
Right.
now I guess I don't know what it's like in
it won't
China.
be
It's
running
still,
Android Automotive
Okay.
in China, I don't think. So
I'm hoping that doesn't touch Android Automotive over here.
I agree.
Because I am a full stan of Android Automotive on
too.
whoever wants to do it.
Yeah, I think that'll continue on
Okay.
Polestars here.
Good. And Volvos and all that.
So I want to see what that looks like. I think it's funny because the Tesla phone has been like this like funny fake thing for years.
Yeah.
Was that a caviar phone or
No, there's been,
there was like the
rumors-
Caviar Cybertruck phone, right?
Yeah, that was a totally
Okay.
separate thing. There's always been rumors of like, ooh, what if Tesla made a phone? What if Tesla made a phone? And then people always like to make like mock-ups of like a Tesla phone.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's been occasional rumors of like Tesla buying a phone company or making their own phone, but it's never happened.
Yeah.
And to me, all of this just kind of screams like, wow, phones are really good and easy to use, and cars aren't. Car software still sucks,
Yeah.
and people are actually interested in the idea of a phone that like pairs with your car and like works seamlessly when no one seems to be able to make good car software.
Yeah.
Maybe this is going to be a good version of that. I don't know, but
It's an interesting point because we talk about bad car software all the time, and we also talk about bad phone software, but I would generally rather use the bottom end of bad phone software over the high end of good car software.
Depends.
the
It depends.
ceiling is way higher for phones.
Yeah.
The ceiling's way
But the
higher.
floor is pretty low for both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like
a lot of car software is very bad. If we're talking about majority, there's like Tesla and Rivian that's doing pretty good.
Theirs are good.
Yeah.
But like that's still nowhere close to the top line of phone software. and
Exactly.
the bottom line of phone software is still Android and still ultimately just being inhibited by the hardware that it's
Like we were just
behind.
weren't we
it.
just talking about when Apple had this whole CarPlay like demo at
That never
WWDC.
happened. I don't know what
The
you're
whole idea was like it'll be your phone but your car. And
Yeah.
everyone thought that would be really nice and convenient and easy to use. And if you ask, I bet if you surveyed average people and asked, would you rather have an iPad stuck in the middle of your car that you already know how to use, or would you rather have like the current car software experience? I bet most people would be like, yeah,
iPad.
just like give me an app on the iPad
Yeah.
that just does everything. And that's kind of just what Tesla did. They just went, everything's on the screen now.
Yeah.
So most car software is pretty bad. Most phone software is, even if it's not pretty good, it's more familiar to the average person, and they'd rather just use that. So
And especially if
That's
you're using it every day on your phone, it's going to be more like you're just going to be used to it now going in between it. We all love ecosystems.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
also, making
Yeah.
good car batteries does not translate necessarily to making good phone batteries. Just want to put that out there. Totally different batteries.
Definitely does not.
Completely different. I think people thought Tesla would make a good phone because Tesla has like good EVs and good batteries for some reason, and they were like, "Oh, that would make a good battery life on your phone." Like,
That's all there
can't
is.
that's
do
a
that.
completely
That's
different.
not the same.
Yeah, totally different battery. Just so you know, doesn't.
But
translate
what
at all.
if Tesla
No.
made a spoon?
Uh,
I think the translation works pretty well.
interesting. Go on.
Tell me more.
Go on.
This is just we all woke up to this morning of a tweet about Tesla China partnering with McDonald's to launch a Cyber Spoon that's $4 that comes with your McFlurry.
On one hand, I totally understand this, and on the other hand, I don't get this at all.
Well, you're not the only one who doesn't get it because Elon immediately responded that it was fake news.
Yeah.
To where then Sawyer, who originally tweeted it, had to bring in a bunch more information proving to him that it was real because McDonald's has already posted about it and Tesla China has already posted about it.
So it's just
and there's a bunch of images of the official like product and marketing for it.
On their Weibo
so. This is
account.
a so.
This is real.
What is happening? Is this a spoon that you get when you order a certain menu item or
I think-
something?
They
Hold on, you know what a McFlurry is, right?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like a
I'm sorry, I had
I
to
don't know, it's
confirm there.
a
It's an ice
smoothie or
cream.
whatever.
It's an ice
Sure,
cream.
okay.
Yeah, that's blended, and then it comes with this big. Usually the spoon is big because that's what they use to mix each one. They like put it on.
Actually, no, Marques would appreciate this. So picture like a big hollow spoon, right? Then you fill this paper cup with soft serve and topping of your choosing. Then they affix the spoon to like a rotating spindle.
Wait, really?
Which stirs your McFlurry.
Oh.
Then they detach the spoon from it and hand it to you.
so that's like an iconic part of the McFlurry.
If you're like a nerd like us.
well,
So
if the
that's,
ice
like,
cream
why-
machine works.
Because in my mind, I'm like, who cares about the spoon that comes with the? It's like Wendy's has made whatever smoothies they've made forever. Like I don't care what spoon I get with it. Like,
but
now
it's
it's
shaped Cybertruck-esque.
yeah, cool.
Does look like it comes with a carrying
it
case.
looks dumb.
Also.
I don't.
But
okay.
wait, but I don't see how they would attach this. I think
I don't either.
I don't
It
think
doesn't
the
look
spoon is
attached.
the one that stirs it. I think
No.
it's
No,
the
no.
two spoon situation.
I think this is a collector thing. I mean, McDonald's and fast food places do collector stuff all the time, and
Yeah.
people are obsessed with collecting stuff from fast food.
Wait, what?
Is
How
this
dare
this
you.
isn't metal though, is it?
It looks metal, but it's also $4 and has a carrying case. So I have a hard time
You
believing it's
What
actually metal.
carrying case?
Look at it in the second one. It's
You're
got
right.
a. It says
You're right.
there's a like
You're
case
100%
for it.
correct.
So I'm just trying to fully understand this. So you're in China.
What part are you stuck on?
You spend an extra $4.
Yeah.
So you go. Hi, I'd like a McFlurry or whatever it's called, and
And a
they go,
Cyber
here you
Spoon.
go. Would you like the optional $4 extra Cyber Spoon?
Listen,
and then you say yes.
let's
and
take
then
a
you
step
get
back.
this.
Have you ever seen limited edition stuff at McDonald's? People, you don't get asked. People go in there and demand this stuff. Do you
not.
remember when the Rick and Morty sauce came out? All hell broke loose. You didn't say like, "Hey, do you want Szechuan sauce?" You had to fight people
Wait,
off the
wasn't that-
counters for like crawling over.
I thought that was like Mulan sauce.
no.
It was originally a promotional.
Oh,
item
was it?
for the '90s?
And then it got like
Yeah.
memed into Rick and Morty, and then they brought it back. And
Did
then
you
it's
pay
been
extra
all-
for it?
That you didn't pay extra for.
You
But
just-
I'm just saying,
Are any of
limited
these-
release stuff.
people are selling that on
People
eBay for
demand
like a
it.
lot of money.
I still own
Sure.
2 Burger King Star Wars watches from
That's
from my
hot.
childhood.
That's sick.
Watch.
Yeah.
And you had to buy them.
My parents probably did. Yes.
Yeah.
They may
Okay.
have came in up, but yes.
Happy Meal.
You're right.
So-
It is an extra $4.
Anyway,
Look, Tesla's thrown their name on various like random pieces of merch for years, and create a lot of demand and hype for them. I have the surfboard. Like, they made a surfboard once. They've made random models of their cars.
made alcohol.
A
They made a
whistle.
whiskey. They-
Yeah.
Flamethrower.
It was tequila.
The tequila, yeah. Sorry. So
Tequila.
that part's not new. So I guess I shouldn't be shocked by a $4 spoon with the Tesla logo on it.
It doesn't have the logo,
being hyped,
as far as I know.
or hype,
It has
whatever,
a quote
Cybertruck.
from
It's accurate
Hitchhiker's
to
Guide
1
instead.
micron.
Says don't panic.
That's impossible else.
It's just,
You know,
I guess, I don't know.
The
It-
hilarious part about this, though, is that Elon's like, it's fake news, and Sawyer's like, no, it's not. It was posted by the Tesla China accounts, and it's on the Weibo, and then he just replies, in that case, I'll definitely have some. So he just has no idea what's happening over there.
Yeah,
Which I
I'm
think it's
sure-
funny.
There's a lot of funny things going on in this as a whole.
I think it's funny because this isn't weird for a CEO to not know every minutia of everything that happens with his company, but
Yeah.
it is funny that he tweeted that it's fake and doesn't know.
Yeah, rather than just like
Instead of
asking
just like
someone
checking
else.
real quick.
Yeah.
Just check, just to make sure. But he's on Twitter all day, so he doesn't check.
And in Twitter all day.
Can we get McFlurry's next
Wait,
episode?
what is Twitter?
Oh, sorry.
I'm
Sorry.
not following.
Yeah, well, this is all X.
He's on
no,
X
yeah,
Premium.
I don't know. It's a thing. I think the Cybertruck is funny because we're actually working on something about this also, but the Cybertruck is kind of weirdly already iconic despite not coming out yet.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That might be partially why it's iconic.
I think it's just that it doesn't look like anything else, and it's so clear when something is inspired by the Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Because nothing really looks like the Cybertruck on the road. So when you do something with that like hard edge geometric design, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, this is the Cybertruck of X.
Yeah.
And that's sort of become iconic in the last like 3 years, despite the truck not even being out.
Well, but I feel like part of the reason those things have gotten hype and become iconic is because we don't have the actual Cybertruck. So this is like dip your foot in the Cybertruck pool. Here's
Yeah.
here's your whistle. Here's your spoon. Here's your whatever that also kind of here's your caviar iPhone that kind of looks like a Cybertruck. And it's easy to make, and anyone can make anything kind of look like it. Why is there no Cybertruck harmonica yet?
Actually, like
Someone could do it.
pretty much the only thing that's hard to make shaped like a Cybertruck is a truck.
Is the actual truck?
That's actually true. Yeah. You could make a Cybertruck laptop like very easily,
Yeah.
and it would be pretty simple, actually. But the truck is tough. We'll see. It's supposed to come out soon. We keep coming back to that. We have our bets. We have our predictions. But either way, we
David's
have a
over
lot.
the spoon.
We have a lot more to talk about. We'll do our iPhone event roundup after the break. But of course, before our break, we should do some trivia.
Trivia, dude.
Let's go.
All right. So, first question. So, believe it or not, Polestar has been around since 96.
What a name.
Oh, we're getting there.
I didn't even think about that.
It wasn't
originated
always
from
called
Pegatron.
Polestar.
I just had a moment yesterday where I was like, can you believe Polestar is the name of a car company?
I never even thought about that.
I think it's a great
I'm
name.
not going to finish that.
Do you not like the name?
Well, I like the name, but when you think about it, you're like, oh.
Anyway,
Anyway.
it was previously called Blank Engineering, sharing the name of what DC superhero?
DC.
I hope I don't name a Marvel one accidentally.
If I were to get canceled over anything, I would hope
It
that
would be
just
DC
getting
Marvel.
a superhero thing wrong.
Can I get
That'd
like
be
a
fine.
like a spreadsheet of all the DC superheroes?
I have a hint, but I don't think it'll help you.
Poison Ivy Engineering.
It's DC's the Justice League one,
Yeah.
right?
Is that the one with
Yes.
Thanos?
No.
I don't.
We'll be right back.
Support for this Waveform episode comes from Babbel. So if you're looking to pick up a new language before your next summer trip, Babbel can help teach you how to speak like a local fast. So when I was in school, I studied Spanish, and it was one of those things where like I felt like I was kind of fluent, but then I went to a tournament this year in Colombia, and then I realized quickly that I wasn't exactly fluent, and I remember very little from my high school days. But Babbel makes it easier than ever to learn a new language, so you don't have to splurge for a private tutor or relive the horrors of your freshman year French class. With Babbel, you can pick up a new language in 10-minute increments wherever you are, with lessons designed by more than 150 different language experts. And hey, with Techtember in full swing, I don't have much more than 10 minutes of free time to give at any given point. Sounds pretty good, right? And it gets even better because I have a special limited time deal for our listeners to get you started right now. Get 55% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/waveform. So get 55% off at babbel.com/waveform, spelled BABBEL.com/waveform. Rules and restrictions may apply. All right, welcome back, y'all. Let's talk technology.
For the first time.
For the first time
Whoa.
today. We've got an Apple event coming up next week. And I don't lean too heavy into like predictions usually just because this will be useless in a week. But it's kind of fun to look back and think what we were thinking before it happened and see what we were thinking. So let's go over what we're expecting and thinking about the upcoming iPhone 15 event that we all know now has been announced for September 12th. We know we're expecting some things. We have some maybe hot takes maybe about things that might happen or might not happen. Let's get into that stuff.
And we can speculate wildly because that's always fun.
That's always fun.
That is always fun.
Well, let's start with the baseline because this is an iPhone event. It's going to be iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Pro, right?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
There were also
Oh.
some random people that were like, there may be an Ultra model.
I have that in here. We
It was-
will talk about that. Don't worry.
Okay.
Well, okay, so the main things that we're expecting from the new iPhone 15. By the way, I don't even know if we're expecting a 15 Plus. I guess probably. Probably 15, 15 Plus, 15 Pro, 15 Pro Max.
I think they
That
do
would be-
everything for at least 2 years, and then they see how it works out. Because they had the minis
the
for 2
mini.
years.
True.
Yeah.
So, okay, that would be the second year of the Plus. USB-C,
Let's go.
expecting it.
I think that seems
It's
inevitable
confirmed.
at this point.
We're
Yeah.
not. There's no consensus about like, is it going to be Thunderbolt speeds on the Pro and regular USB 2.0 speeds on the regular phone? Or
I bet you that's going to be the case, and they're not going to mention it at the keynote.
that
That's
would
just
be
gonna
very
be-
Apple-like.
Yeah.
Very Apple-like.
very
or
They'll talk about it on the Pro, and they just won't say that it's not.
right
Yeah.
on the Pro, they'll mention that it's got even faster data speeds than ever before for transferring your ProRes video onto your Mac.
They just won't say anything about the 15.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Magic Port.
I am interested to see how they just bring it up in general. Mark Gurman had like a good article about this on how like they are going to be announcing it. They are going to obviously show it as a Pro, but like they're pretty reluctant about having to do this because like Apple wants to seem powerful and that they're making their choices and their hand wasn't forced by.
But they're doing
like,
it a year
EU
early.
regulations.
I
which is-
kind of feel like
A year early doesn't really make that much of
Well,
a
that's
difference.
what makes it. That's what makes it seem like they're doing it on purpose.
Okay,
'Cause
yeah.
if they did it right as the EU is forcing them to, it would be like, we have to do this.
Yeah, I mean, I still think it is. We have to do this.
It is.
but yeah.
But
I
it's
think-
positioning.
one is they've definitely been testing an iPhone with USB for many, many years, and it was just a matter of when. And two, I actually don't think it's that hard for them to just call it better than Lightning. It's just better.
It'll just be fun.
better
when
in
they
every
say
way.
it.
And it'll be fun because we've always known, like, they've said USB is better than everything else in all their other devices. But now that it's coming to the iPhone, all the things they said about Lightning previously no longer matter.
Yeah.
And that happens all the time with Apple. They just improve something, and then suddenly it's like, well, didn't you say the last thing was great? Yeah, well, it's 2023, so welcome to the new thing. So I think they'll just say it's faster data speeds, faster charging, and it's a new single cable for everything.
I would love it to be faster charging. If it's 30 or 35 watts, that would be amazing.
Would that be amazing?
I mean, the
Is amazing
Pixel,
a term we
Decent. It would be pretty
the
decent.
Pixel is still 30 watts.
That's not amazing either.
No, it's true.
100 watts is
But we're not
amazing.
going to get any super fast charging
No, we're
phones
not.
in the United States for a while. Like Samsung is 45 watts, but they have the like fake 45 watts where it does it for like a microsecond and then it charges like 1 minute faster in total.
Yeah, we've got. Isn't there a OnePlus phone in the U.S. now that's dash charging at 65?
I guess you're right.
There's a handful. They're not popular, but they're out there. So when I hear amazing, I would be like, oh wow, 65 watts on the iPhone, that's amazing.
Yeah.
100 watts, that's amazing. But it's like right now we're dealing with like 12 to 22 watts or whatever. So I'd be happy with 35, 45. That'd be
Also,
nice.
quick trivia: when did the first iPad Pro come out?
The first ever iPad Pro.
Yeah,
God, we're at like 6 years of this iPad Pro, aren't we? I'm gonna guess 2016,
2015.
2015.
And that thing had USB-C, right? Didn't
It
the first
did.
gen have USB-C?
It did. It started with USB-C.
So it's like,
And I remember when the 12-inch MacBook came out and it just had like that single USB-C port on the side. That's when I first started thinking like, wow, Apple's really all in with
they're
USB
all in.
Type-C.
Here they are at the end of their all in.
Here we are.
coming.
wait, maybe
Yeah.
it didn't have USB-C.
I'm just while you look that up, I'm very interested to see what the crowd reaction is going to be like when it first gets announced. Is it going to be like just a couple cheers? Is there going to be like actual enthusiastic cheers, or is it going to be the most sarcastic applause possible?
Oh, I think there's a big difference between the cheers at the event and the reactions of regular people at home. Who was it that put in the Slack that someone was like, oh, they're changing the charger again? That sucks.
I think we talked about
like
the
regular-
fact that a lot of normies will probably say
None of us
Yeah.
said that. I want to make that clear. That
Yeah,
they
no.
decided like one of us were like,
no,
"Ew."
we have like a family member, someone
Yeah.
like heard that maybe it would switch to USB and they're like, really? But I have a lightning cable now. Like that's the actual reaction from some people out in the world.
Yeah.
Where a lot of us are like, well, finally, like everything else is USB-C. Why not? But I think that's an easy segue to AirPods.
Quickly, I want to fact check. Actually, it was the 2018 iPad Pro that added the USB-C port.
Okay.
But that was the first time they had the 11-inch.
And I bet that on stage, when they announced that they were switching that to USB Type-C, they had all kinds of nice things to say about it.
Almost.
then-
Oh, yeah. They were like connecting it to a Sony camera.
Oh, yeah,
Remember?
they
They were
connected it
like,
to stuff.
Alpha camera, you can instantly transfer your files really rapidly.
Yeah. And then most things never really did that. People don't really do
You don't
that.
People
do
don't
that?
really do that. I mean,
People
You don't
really-
put red footage on your iPad?
No.
Well, you'll be able to on your iPhone now.
People don't really connect accessories to phones like that.
I think that's about to change though. Once iPhone gets USB-C, we're gonna see all types of accessories.
I think we will see all types of accessories, but we already have all types of Lightning accessories.
Yeah.
yeah, but
And-
that's owned by Apple, and it costs money for people to use Lightning. USB-C will not cost money.
Yes, but I think that just means the same accessories will just have more options that are way cheaper. I don't know if like many new types of accessories are going to come out, but all those ones that were done by bigger companies that could afford the licensing aspect, now there's just going to be 10,000 more Amazon
Yeah.
red flag listings that will be doing the same thing with the non-licensed USB-C.
The only Lightning accessory that I use on my iPhone is I just shot today with it. It's a microphone that plugs into the Lightning port. So it's a little shotgun mic, so I don't have to use the built-in iPhone mics. And I just plug it in. It just kind of works, not with ProRes. Works terrible with ProRes. But if
Really?
it glitches out when I use ProRes video, so I have to shoot non-ProRes for it to work. But then I plug it in and it works. That's the only Lightning accessory I think a power user of my phone ever uses.
Yeah.
And then I just like plug it in to charge it, and that's it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're gonna suddenly get this revelation of like people plugging mice and keyboards and accessories into their phones. I think it's just gonna be everything is the same charger now. Faster data speeds for transferring whatever music and files and videos to your computer, and that's it.
I think USB-C iPhone accessories are gonna go crazy because I can't find an exact number for this, but it seems like the current Lightning iPhone can only output in between half a watt and a full watt of power to any of its accessories. But
Really?
yeah, like think of it this way: like you ever try to use one of those phone fans that you
Yeah.
like that
But
barely
they
blows
use no
any
power,
air?
though.
But I don't think it's because I don't think the iPhone can really supply any power. But with a USB-C cord, think of all the crazy powerful
I'm trying
things.
to. I'm having a hard time.
Charge your Tesla with USB.
Charge Tesla. You could have
You can drain your phone 20 times as fast.
You could have an active cooling block that you just put on your face when you're waiting for the subway and it's really hot.
There we go.
Get on Weibo.
Phone fridge.
I kind of just wanted
on
to have reverse
AliExpress.
wireless charging. This is my hotter take because I don't know if it'll happen. This is just my thing that I would like to happen. Reverse wireless charging on the iPhone to charge your AirPods on the back.
That'd be cool.
And then the AirPods case.
it has mags?
We get a new AirPods case with USB, and it also has MagSafe, so it like locks in and just like aligns with the coils on the back of the iPhone.
Wait, but the MagSafe coils are the
they're-
same polarity as the MagSafe coils on the iPhone.
Maybe there's some magic they can do to have both.
Like swap the
sets.
polarity.
Yeah. Wow. Maybe. I don't
That'd
know.
be cool.
That's my hot take. I would like them to make that happen, please.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that was the one good use of reverse wireless charging.
Yeah, pretty much.
Was charging earbuds and smartwatches.
Yep.
So
Sort of smartwatch. Well, then the Pixel
Android
Watch.
smartwatches.
Well, the Pixel
Yeah.
Watch though the way the band is on
Yeah,
it, it like
that-
hovers it way too high above
yeah.
it, so you can't even.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Sorry, that's a totally another
Yeah.
topic, but yes.
okay, so USB-C.
All right.
Next
So
thing.
titanium frame on the Pro iPhone instead of stainless steel.
Yes.
Would possibly be a little bit lighter. Neat.
You know, I bet they did this. It cost them a little bit more, but I bet you it makes it like harder for the phone to break, so they don't have to honor as many Apple Care subscriptions.
I mean, that sounds like one of those things that's win-win for everyone. You get
Yeah.
a more premium material,
It's lighter.
and it is ultimately cheaper for them if that is the case.
Yeah.
And then Apple sees what you just says and goes, "That'll be $100 extra, please."
Yeah. The rumor is that they're upping the minimum storage to 256 finally. And there's been a lot of conversation on Twitter about whether or not they're actually raising the prices, because it was always $100 more for the extra storage, but storage is exponentially
Storage
cheaper
gets
every
cheaper.
year.
Yeah.
And it's so cheap to have a 256 gigabyte DIMM now. So
That'd be like us saying like, well, the original iPhone started at 4 gigs, so like technically, it's
Technically,
like a $3,000 phone back in the day.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, new colors, and by new colors, I mean
Boring.
new hues. Barely.
Yeah.
The suspected colors for I guess this is the Pro iPhones.
Yeah, Pro.
Yeah.
Are space black, silver, gray, and blue.
Nice.
The gray is like a titanium color. It's like a raw titanium.
Oh, kind of like a dark silver. You mean
like a Cybertruck color.
like a,
Yeah, like Cybertruck.
like
color.
the other color, silver.
Cybertruck iPhone.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of miss. I would like a brighter. I was missing like bright, interesting colored phones. And someone when I tweeted that was like, "Well, you just want matte black anyway." Yeah, I know, I do. But it would be cool if you had like an option
It's
for
the
a red
principle.
phone. I think yeah, and some people like the new blue. And I say new blue, but it really looks like the Pacific blue from before. But I don't know. Pretty reasonable looking color rumors. I don't see anything too exciting there.
This does not talk about the regular models though.
The regular models, I think there are like 5 colors.
Usually, like the one color that's off matches with the one color that's off on the Pro. So are we assuming a blue? Like we had like the green, the midnight or whatever it was called, green Pro, and then there was a green, more normal color green regular phone, and then it was blue and blue. So I'm assuming this is gonna be blue and blue again.
Do you guys remember the Alpine green?
I loved
God, that was
phone.
such a good color.
That was nice.
Wait, was that the
was the-
Pro one or the? I liked both of
Yeah.
them that year.
It was the
to be
Pro.
honest.
Was it the 11?
Yeah, I think so. I like the Pacific blue the most. I think
Blue
that was
good.
nice.
I liked green better.
It's been a while since we had a red.
They're not gonna.
They're not
Product red
gonna
is
do
like
it.
mid-cycle
Well-
refresh red.
Yeah.
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 A couple other small rumors.
Action button.
Action button would be
Yeah.
nice. I would be really happy with an action button. Knowing Apple, it'll just be like a few small things you can customize it to do. Someone's going to make an app that makes it like run a Siri shortcut to like take 2 seconds to launch a custom app, but it'll still work, but it's not really what we wanted. Thinner bezels all the way
Wait,
around.
can I ask a question
Oh, yeah,
before
sure.
we switch from action button?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people saying they're sad about the mute switch being gone because it should be replacing the mute
Yeah,
switch. Is
yeah.
the rumor.
Yeah.
I've never had a phone that has a mute switch. Are you
Really?
guys going to miss it? Because
Oh, yeah.
I do not see why that seems
Mute switch is
nice
clutch.
at all.
OnePlus, that was
Why?
the greatest thing they ever did. I don't know. It's just a convenient
I think
quick
if my question
thing.
why and your first thing to say is I don't know is not a great argument.
The real
for
reason, okay, I'll give you the real reason. It's because when the phone's in the pocket, I can change it and know what status it's in without looking.
But do you ever have your phone in
Thank you, David.
non-vibrational
Thank
mode?
you.
Yeah, I go from vibrate to mute. Those are the two things.
Wait,
that
but
I
vibrate is mute.
do. No, on one. So on a OnePlus phone with had the alert slider.
Yeah.
Is that what it was
The
called?
alert slider, yeah.
It was volume on, vibrate, mute.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's three.
And the middle was vibrate. And if
Yeah.
I could feel it in my pocket, I would know it's on vibrate, and I'd slide it to mute without looking.
But the iPhone only has two.
The iPhone only has two:
It's only
volume on, volume off.
Volume on or mute/vibrate.
Yeah, and it is that much quicker than going into the settings and doing it in the quick settings. That's it.
It is, but I never turn my phone off of vibrate.
The only time my phone rings is if I like somebody's coming to my house and I know I'm going to fall asleep on the couch. And then that will wake me up or something like that when they're on their way. My phone is not even on vibrate. Ever since I got a smartwatch, I don't think my phone's even been on vibrate for like over a year.
Yeah.
This is
don't know
probably
why.
something that Apple knows is true about most
Yeah.
people's phones, and that's why they feel comfortable.
We're past
switching it.
ringing.
Yeah,
I'm done with Apple should get rid of the ringtone.
past
Vergecast said this. I'm
Yeah,
stealing
you
it from
guys-
them, but
you guys
like,
must have terrible ringtones because like
Dude.
do you ring?
I let that go, baby.
I
let it.
hate
I feel
Alice
the air.
dropped
If it's the Samsung orchestral mix, I will use it.
Oh no,
Yeah.
The only one I like is the Asus notification that sounds like Under the Sea.
it's definitely the first four notes of Under the Sea. You only have to hear the first four notes, and you're like, "This is definitely Under the Sea."
It's
It's
the only.
and it's like it's the marimba. It's
David, no.
copyright
Demonetized.
strike.
Okay. The only time I ever turn my phone off of vibrate/mute is when I take the case off and accidentally switches it on. So
it
it
sounds like-
happens every time.
So now you'll just accidentally hit the action button instead.
Yeah. Okay. But I have a theory. I think that, Apple's been trying to get rid of hard switches for a very long time. There's always been all these rumors there were rumors last year, I think, that they were going to get rid of the hard power button and replace it with like the same as the MacBook, the haptic trackpad thing. And then they didn't. But they do want to get rid of these hard switches because it erases points of failure. I would bet you that they've been like weighing getting rid of the mute switch for a while, but it's too iconic on the iPhone. It's like a too iconic part because the Android phones in general don't have it. And now they're like, wait, we can do two things at once because we can switch this to a haptic button. That is
Okay.
the mute. Probably the action button is a haptic button. We can switch it to a haptic button, and we can make it more useful. It's just like the dynamic island, right? It's like, okay, we're cutting out a part of the screen, but we're adding utility to it. So it's like the
is
same
interesting.
thing. They're getting rid of a physical switch, switching it to the haptic, but they're like also making it more useful.
Do you think that's also partially like, hey, this is a new button you're going to use a lot. Get used to this haptic button. Look
Yeah,
for our
maybe.
other buttons to turn into
I also
haptic
like
buttons.
that you would use it way more than the mute switch, like which is
Yeah.
cool. Because if it's contextually aware and you can like press it when you're in certain apps or when you're at certain GPS locations, like if you're at the track and you can just press it and it starts a thing, that'd be useful.
That's way too
I know.
Android-ish. There's no way
How
they're gonna
dare
let it be
you.
contextually aware.
So the action button on the Apple Watch is just a little bit contextually aware.
Yeah, it's not enough.
with
a
shortcuts,
little bit. So if I press the action button, I can make that either start a workout or I can have that open the workout menu. So when I press it right now, it goes, I'm going to open the beginning of a workout. Now that it's open, when I press it again, it's to start and stop the workout.
But isn't that just for certain workouts too, like running or cycling?
Yeah, like
or
track
something?
running and stuff, right?
But like if you do that at 2:00 in the morning, it's still gonna start a workout. It's not gonna know that you're trying to like silence your alarm. you
Yeah.
know?
I think when I was at a track recently, it asked me if I wanted to use it to count laps or if it, I don't think it was the button actually.
automatically,
I
like
think it
knew
was,
you were at the track.
yeah, it knew I was at the track.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does that.
I didn't think it could do that.
The Apple shortcuts, assuming they let you plug that in with this new action button, it's like really good at running checks for context. Like I have a go button that I made on my phone where I just hit go and then it goes, is Ellis here? Is he here? Is he at work? Is he at home? And then depending on where I am, it'll be like, oh, he probably wants to go here.
But how long did it take you to set that up?
How long did it take me to set up, or how long is it between push button and I get directions?
Both.
Wait, what is it pulling up?
Like
Apple
10
Maps?
seconds.
Google Maps.
Google Maps. Well, isn't that Google Maps telling where you are though, and where you probably want to go? Because like my Waze and my Google Maps, when I'm at home, the first suggestion it shows is work, and when
Yeah.
I'm at work, the first thing it shows is home.
Yeah.
No, because it's all being done in Apple Shortcuts. Like Apple Shortcuts is first querying its GPS and getting figuring out where I am. And then once it knows where I am, then it knows exactly where to ask Google Maps to route me to.
I mean, Siri shortcuts can be useful, but I'm guessing there's a nice little delay from when you press the button and when it actually finishes
It's
figuring it out.
It's like you push the button, you go order your last beer, clear your tab, come back, it's still going.
Yeah.
I don't know. My point was that it's too complicated and it's too the delay is too much. Like Apple is not going to let people do that. If I had to guess. I would guess that it would be limited to a very small number of things you can customize it for, just like the action button on the watch.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I think you're right.
I don't think this is the case, but let's speculate. Chances it's an accent color.
No.
I want it to be though. The accent button looks so good on the Apple Watch Ultra.
If it was orange, that'd be sick.
It would be so good.
It'd be
like
cool.
if
What
it
if
was
it
the
just
Apple Watch
matches
Ultra.
the color of the phone?
What if they just did the
probably will.
the gray or titanium looking one? The silver. Is it silver? Or the
mean,
gray one that you said
it
looks
is
metal.
Orange underneath on the
On
mute
that,
switch.
if it was the gray with the orange switch, that would look sick.
that'd
It'd look
cool.
like the Apple Watch Ultra. Yeah.
Apple really likes having one key way of knowing that you have the new phone. One key visual. When I see Dynamic
Yeah,
Island,
that's
I know
true.
that's the iPhone 14.
That's a great point.
When the iPhone 10 came out, it was a notch. When the 11 came out, it was a new color. When the 12 came out, it was this. And there's always something.
Square.
And I think that could be the thing.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I just also want to note that we're 6 days away from this, and we still have no idea what it looks like.
Whereas
Whereas,
there have been
like-
dummy phones I saw this morning.
Were the action buttons on it?
I believe so, and I think it's just normal.
Oh.
Sorry.
I thought those were just...
They're just dummy models, so it doesn't.
That some guy
mean-
made, right?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
not like...
Yeah.
Probably the Sonny Dixon.
Whereas,
ones or
like,
whatever.
on Google, on the Pixel 8, we already know exactly where the temperature sensor is.
Yeah.
It's like a full 360 high resolution model of the phone.
Wait,
Yeah.
you guys haven't seen the Pixel 9 yet?
I just unboxed it on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, no. So
Okay.
I think action button could be cool. That could be very nice.
Yeah.
Thinner bezels is a small detail. Wi-Fi 6E is a small detail. 2 extra gigs of RAM is a small detail. Maybe a little bit more of a periscope lens. Maybe like
5X,
a 5X instead of a 3X.
Something we didn't write down here. I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
Ultra.
Continue.
Oh, I have the Ultra stuff.
It's important.
I thought I wrote it down here. Well, why you think? Does that have to come before the Ultra part?
No, go for it.
Do you want to? Okay, I'll just say.
Yeah.
We mentioned before the Ultra.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, whenever I see Ultra, I just think of remember the Pixel Ultra. That was such a
God.
debacle. But
Everyone thought it was 100% going to happen.
Is this a rumor? iPhone 15 Ultra? Is that a...
So from what I understand, some retailers put iPhone 15 Pro and then they had a separate listing for Ultra. Oh, I remember now what I was going to say. Okay. Yes. The rumor also is that the screen sizes are going to be 2 millimeters bigger. So it's going to go from 6.7 to 6.9 inches and 6.1 to 6.3 inches.
is that because of the thinner bezels, or is that would that
I
make
don't
up enough
know.
space?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It might be because it's probably at least partially due to the thinner
Yeah,
bezels.
I would hope. I mean, in an ideal world, that's the same size footprint and then just even smaller bezels. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
But point 2 is like,
But they'd have to be
Quite
a
a bit,
millimeter
yeah.
smaller on each corner, which
Yeah.
would be quite a bit.
Okay.
But I don't know.
That'd be interesting.
Anyway, back to the Ultra thing.
Wow,
Back to the-
6.9.
It probably won't happen, so please don't assume this is going to happen.
we're just having fun here. Let us talk about it.
Yeah.
But at first, when I read about it, it says it just seemed like this Pixel, or oh my goodness, just seemed like this iPhone 15 Ultra was just like the maximum spec version of the Pro Max because it's 2 terabytes, 8 gigs of RAM. But then the sketchy rumor also said better camera features. I don't know what that
I
means.
don't know, man.
That's really funny because do you remember when ProRes video came to the iPhone Pro and you could only get it on the higher storage iPhone? Remember that?
Oh yeah, they didn't allow it on the base one.
The base iPhone 14 Pro didn't have enough storage and they were like, yeah, that's not going to get ProRes
You're going to
video.
fill up your storage in 3 seconds of ProRes video.
Yeah. So I could see there being a better camera feature on a higher storage iPhone. It doesn't make it an Ultra, though.
I mean, a better camera feature could be so much. It could be actual better cameras. It could be some random setting in the camera thing that's only available on the Ultra for whatever reason.
Give me 8K ProRes.
ProRes Plus.
Give me some insane
ProRes.
8K ProRes.
Dynamic ProRes.
Dynamic ProRes.
You've got the 48 megapixels now, Apple. What's holding you back? Give us 8K ProRes.
I don't
iPhone
want more
15 Ultra.
subdivisions.
It's going to take us an hour to get it off the phone, but let me have it.
Not with
Not with USB-C.
Thunderbolt 4.
Now, it would take 3 hours, but now it only takes 1.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's iPhone stuff. I think we're also expecting a new Apple Watch
Ultra.
And
And
I
9,
don't
Series
think the rumors are that crazy about those. I think
No.
it's just like new chip, new
But the new
SIP.
chip, though, is fairly important because they kept naming the new S7, S8 chips new generations, but they were basically the same chip.
It'd be like one more core or something. Super,
They would
super
be
small.
barely different.
Yeah.
But the new one is supposed to be significantly faster.
Okay.
So, and it's all, I believe it's a node shrink because I think the other iPhone rumor is that it's shrinking to 3 nanometer. Am I correct? Oh.
Honestly, I would like
Leave that in.
if it's a more efficient chip, I almost don't mind if the performance stays the same and it's just more battery.
Yeah, totally.
That's basically what
because
more people
because
want out
the
of
Apple Watches like don't really lag. You know?
They're fine. It's 60 FPS. It's a watch. Like it doesn't do that much crazy stuff. So just like give me plus 30% battery, please.
Okay, the iPhone 15 Pro's A17 Bionic is likely going to be Apple's first 3 nanometer chip. So if they can use like a cut down version of that chip for the Apple Watch, it should have better battery life. And the regular Apple Watch and the new Ultra having better battery life is like just what people want.
That's pretty much all I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
New AirPods,
USB-C AirPods.
USB-C.
Do we think that's the only change? And
Yes,
probably some
I think so.
talking about changes in better transparency mode or something, just to also throw in there. But
Maybe.
Reverse wireless charging, Apple. Come on, you can do it. I know you can do it.
Apparently, the AirPods Max are not going to get refreshed until end of 2024 or beginning of 2025.
Oh my god.
Which is like
To just put
they
a
will-
USB port.
They'll be the only thing to still have a Lightning port.
Yeah, it'll be the only. Well, not exactly. They still sell the Magic Keyboard,
Oh,
the
yeah.
trackpad,
I forgot about that.
stuff like that.
You're right.
But
That's
yeah,
so frustrating whenever I need to plug it in at my desk.
Yeah. Most things I want to travel with, though, it would be really nice to have one cable everywhere. And it would be really awkward if they say you could have one cable for everything, but then the AirPods Max are still Lightning.
I didn't even think about that though. We made the joke before about how the iPhone USB-C and AirPods USB-C are finally like finished. They went all in, but there are still things out there that are.
It's
used
probably because
pretty
they're
frequently.
accessories, and I think that the EU law said phones and headphones and earbuds or something, but I don't think they said anything about accessories.
But at that point, like,
So
that's just inconvenient
frustrated.
now.
Just-
Like,
yeah.
Why are they still Lightning? Well, we've talked for a while about these new Apple things. Is there anything else any other hot takes or crazy expectations?
Well, let's do some predictions. Is
Yeah.
there anything we can think that
Okay.
Alice just jumped right to the
Well,
microphone? I know
so
David has some things too.
Before you, we wanted to make this a little fun because next week we're going to be doing the pod from Apple campus.
Yeah. From like right after the event.
From like
We're doing it on the stage.
Yeah, right after. We're gonna do it in Tim Cook's lap. No, so Adam and I thought it'd be fun. We don't want to take up the whole, next week thing, but we are gonna let everyone predict. We're gonna make some predictions about the event next week, and depending on how correct you are, we'll award some trivia points while we're at Apple campus.
Okay.
Cool.
So I want to make the most definitely correct prediction I possibly can. That's my incentive.
There's an iPhone.
I predict.
If you predict that, we can take it away, and you will not get your bonus point.
Oh, okay.
It's got to be somewhat crazy.
Predict something.
We
crazy.
actually, in the rules we wrote yesterday during our meeting, we wrote if we don't like the predictions, then you just don't get to make one.
The event will be held.
We'll find out if this is in the episode or
12th.
not later this Friday.
So I want to go not too safe, but not too crazy. Okay. I have one.
I'm ready.
Let's hear it. I'm ready to write it down.
Mine is that USB-C is the most important change on the AirPods. All other changes will be minor compared to the new port. there might be a new audio mode or some new updated sample rate or some.
I would
something,
argue a new
something.
audio mode is more important than USB-C for their.
I guess it depends on what that new audio mode is.
Yeah, I think,
But I would
'Cause isn't
mostly
that-
agree.
that's
New audio
subject-
mode sounds.
But isn't
big.
that subjective?
not like a bit, not like a totally new audio mode. I just
Yes.
mean we have like
Yes.
transparency mode, noise cancellation mode, and then adaptive transparency in the middle. It'll just be that again. So yeah,
I think if there's a new one on top of that, that's a
So-
big feature.
I agree.
And then it's wrong. Okay.
I agree.
What could make you wrong?
If there's a feature more interesting or important than USB-C added to the AirPods,
How much of a design change can it go through?
none.
It won't go through.
Zero.
It won't go through.
No.
Design change is more important.
I was
That'll
gonna
have
say
a
if a
layer.
design change happens, that's
I mean-
more important than USB-C.
Yeah.
Is it 1 millimeter shorter?
That's not a design
Okay.
change. That's my prediction.
Like new drivers.
Okay.
New drivers is more important.
If Alex gets excited by it,
Yeah, like
it's a
if we-
big
yeah.
change.
Okay, interesting. Interesting.
Wait, so then we say yes or no on that?
Next week.
Yes.
Uh,
No, no, no.
Oh no, yeah,
now.
you're right.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
right.
we're
now.
yeah, I agree.
I think it'll be the biggest thing.
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
the main thing they're going to talk about for
I
sure.
agree.
Okay.
All right, Andrew, what you got?
Oh,
Oh,
I was going to give it to David.
Oh,
oh,
David.
You do it, David.
Okay.
I'm more
David!
excited for yours.
David.
What
Okay.
you got?
My prediction is that they all have USB-C, but only the Pro gets Thunderbolt.
I agree.
Oh man, I'm pretty sure like a few weeks ago, you two both said they would be the same, and I was the one who said like, no, I think they're going to be kind of different.
No, we talked about Lightning.
Was that
versus
Lightning versus USB-C? Okay, and
Mm.
I said that would be funny. I think they're all going to have USB-C and it's all going to be the same.
So you just
Oh.
disagree. You don't have to disagree
Yeah, I
into
guess
a
I
different
dis-
permutation. You
Yes,
can
I
just
disagree.
You think?
Oh, I can only disagree. So anything that happens,
Yeah.
I win.
You think
Yeah.
it'll have
Oh
Thunderbolt?
yeah, the odds are in my favor here. I think.
Yeah.
Yes, I think personally, I just think they're all going to be the same type of USB-C.
They'd probably have to brand it as a
Listen,
Pro feature.
I agree with you
Pro
completely.
Bolt.
I still feel like
Thunder Pro.
dynamic port.
Thunder
Wait,
Pro.
just so I have that right. David and Marquez, you both think that we're gonna have Lightning,
No,
a
Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt Pro.
And a regular USB-C.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and Andrew
Disagrees.
You say no.
I disagree.
All right,
yeah.
very good, very good. It's in the book.
Okay,
Risky.
so I don't think that there's going to be a powered accent or an accent.
Colored.
What is it called?
Action button.
Action button. Thank you. But maybe they make a case with an accent colored action button. Their cases will have a power. Whatever. What's the button?
Okay, wait, hold up. So you're
The
saying
action
not
button.
only will the iPhone
No,
15
no, no, no. The
Pro have
iPhone
an action button.
It has an action button. That's
think
the
that's
same
pretty-
color as everything else.
Yeah.
I wish it was. An
this is like
accent
two
color.
predictions in one.
No,
Same color.
Like what?
but the case will have
okay.
a colored
But
action button.
you're going all in on action button existing.
Well, I
period.
liked the. I
everyone
thought about
is.
it before when Marquez said that like they want to have something that shows off it's the new phone, and the action button seems to be that on a case. They probably think most people are going to put a case on. Why not make that button an accent button? So
Interesting.
now it's
Accent
different.
color.
Accent color. Thank you. I am just.
Action accent. I get it.
I'm disagreeing.
Yeah, I disagree.
I
though.
guess how many cases need to have that for that to be right?
Only one.
Only one.
Wait.
All you're saying is that there will be an action button on the phone, and Apple will make at least one case with a colored action button.
Well, and the action button cannot be an accent color like in its original finish.
I don't think that's going to happen. I just want that.
You don't think it'll have any accent color?
No.
Because the mute switch does have a little bit of an accent
Yeah, it's
color.
like inside though to show if it's on or off though. Like I
Yeah.
think that serves a purpose, not for a fun design.
This is really hard.
I'm
I like that
disagreeing.
we're this intensely about the most mundane aspect of it possible, but it is.
I'm
what-
going based on the past, which is Apple has never had a multicolor case. So they won't.
Sounds like it's time to start.
I'm playing my odds.
This is really difficult.
I thought it was a pretty crappy prediction, but how much turmoil it's put David in means it's got to have some sort of validity to it.
In some ways, I feel like will like minorly change the color of the accent button. Like it'll be a slightly different color of gray.
I like how I've confused David with the name of the button at this point now too.
Wait, did I say accent button? Okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, if that button like has functionality, you need to be more careful about when you press it. So I feel like adding a slightly
That's a good
different
point.
color makes sense.
It's a good point.
When they put Siri behind the power button, nobody even blinked.
Well, yeah, but no one cares about Siri behind
Someone
the power
changes
button.
the color of the action button and everyone loses their minds. Goodness gracious, golly gumdrops! I'm really wondering right now.
I just would. It would be so sick if there was an iPhone that matched the Apple Watch Ultra, because I think
I
the
agree.
orange accent button
Action
button is
It's
so
too bad
good.
they're not going to do it.
The orange accent action button. It's,
I don't know, dude. I'm gonna say
to be fair, your best bet is to just disagree with me, because
You're
there's
correct.
a lot of options
No, you're
in
right.
there, so you should just disagree.
you're right. I'm running through like 37 different permutations. I'm gonna disagree, and I'm just gonna disagree.
All right, it's in the
want
books.
you
For that
agree with
reason,
me.
I'm out.
It's
We'll
locked.
find out who got the points next week.
I'm sticking with my prediction from last week. Someone's going to mention Among Us,
Someone at some point during this presentation.
either visually or with words.
I hope there's an Among Us
disagree.
Apple Watch face
Yeah.
Disagree.
So, am I hearing 3 no's?
to Among Us.
Yeah.
Correct. No.
They mention it, or it's just shown in the.
It's either mentioned by an executive on stage or it is visually
This is
referenced.
not. This is not.
Does that
some
count when just
way.
the big tile of all the apps are up, and Among Us is one of those apps?
I'll count that, yeah.
But
Then
are they
I'm
gonna-
in. I
That's
agree.
I'm out.
Too easy.
For that reason, I'm out.
I'm out.
Okay,
I'm out.
I think that's a better. I
pretty
guarantee.
sus.
I bet you Among Us is somewhere in that keynote.
That's
Boom.
that's the bet. Yeah.
Yeah,
There
it
it
doesn't
is.
have to be mentioned. It just has to be shown once.
And I don't think this is an official prediction, but I really do think deep down in my heart we're getting a wireless iPhone. I think that's how they're going to
A portless iPhone.
portless iPhone. I think that's their that's the only,
Ellis, I love this. So
it's the only way they can deliver. They can like give Lightning a true like Viking funeral. Like phase it out with a vengeance.
I just want to clarify,
Dude.
because this may have been off camera.
not happening.
Ellis thinks there's going to be a portless regular iPhone and a USB-C Pro.
Yeah,
You're
that may or may not be
insane.
Thunderbolt.
That may or may
Oh
not
my
be
God.
Thunderbolt.
I would say the way I think about it is Apple, every time they make a change, especially to the iPhone, their flagship product, always tends to think about it in like 10 years down the road. Every change they make is in a direction that will continue for 10 years. And so if they do this fork now of no port in the base iPhone and USB-C in the Pro iPhone, that would suggest that USB-C is better than no port for the next 10 years. But I think we all know Apple wants no port, period. So if they're going to go no port at some point, they need to align in we have a port until we don't have a port. So the only way one phone doesn't have a port before the other is if it's the highest end iPhone. That's the way I think about it.
I do kind of agree. I agree with. I feel like the no port feels like the premium version, so it feels weird to have it in the
Yeah.
bottom version.
But if
But
it
it does make sense to have
Yeah.
C and Thunderbolt.
And imagine
in
the
a Pro
memes of
version.
like you have to pay $100 extra for a port.
It's an
imagine
add-on.
that's too easy to make fun of,
Dude.
Sometimes Apple like makes stuff that's like it's a little easy to make fun
know.
of. That's too easy.
The
to
funny
make
thing
fun
is,
of.
like, it feels more premium to be wireless only, except for the fact that I don't want that.
Yeah, exactly.
right.
Like, I don't want that at all.
And
But-
you're in the Pro market.
Yeah, but I don't want that.
But what if that one has like extra fast wireless charging and a bunch of other things that the non-Pro one doesn't have? Then you're like, well, I want the Pro one, so I guess I'll deal with no port. And then everyone's getting the Pro one and dealing with no port. And then soon, you just get used to not having a port.
It is hard because I have wirelessly charged almost all of my phones, like
Yeah.
almost exclusively for a quite long time at this
Yeah.
point.
Okay, I have a prediction.
Predict me.
He's back.
My prediction is this entire segment will be 30 minutes shorter in the actual episode.
No, this bit went on too long.
No, this is
Yeah.
what the people want. We'll do it live.
We'll
Keep
do,
it all.
yeah. Why don't you guys do a live podcast?
Well, we only have one thing after the break, so maybe we can just include all of that.
That's true. We should include.
As long as we end now.
Yeah, what's the next trivia question?
Please be something I can get right.
It's about titanium
That's right.
because that seems to be something we can all agree on.
I love titanium.
Specifically, there's been a titanium phone before, several in fact, but the first one was made by Ericsson. When did it come out?
I don't know. I don't know.
How about
no.
you get a year buffer? So if you guess
20-year
2000, you get 99, 2000, 2001.
Okay.
I like a
take
2-year
it.
buffer.
Pod quiz rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
that part
there's
You get a
there's
three-
there's
a
a little
buffer.
there's a little hint, baked into the question, because I specifically said Ericsson and not Sony Ericsson.
Yeah.
Oh, because
But
I know when they merged.
Luckily for me, my two favorite things are titanium and Sony. So
Titanium
this
and
is
Sony.
my.
I mean, my three favorite things are titanium, Sony, and Ericsson.
what about Vio?
We'll be back after the Pegatron. Support for Waveform comes from Netsuite. So it's hard to make a good decision without all of the information, especially if your business generates millions of dollars of revenue per year. Thankfully, Netsuite by Oracle can help you keep track of your business's most vital numbers, and all you have to remember are 3: 36,000, 25, 1. So 36,000, that's the number of businesses which have upgraded to NetSuite as their cloud financial system, streamlining accounting, financial management, inventory, HR, and more. 25, so NetSuite turns 25 this year. That's 25 years of helping businesses do more with less, close their books in days, not weeks, and drive down costs. And 1, that's because your business is one of a kind. So you get a customized solution for all of your key performance indicators in one efficient system with one source of truth. Manage risks, get reliable forecasts, and improve margins, everything you need, all in one place. Right now, download NetSuite's popular KPI checklist designed to give you consistently excellent performance absolutely free at netsuite.com/waveform. That's netsuite.com/waveform to get your own KPI checklist. netsuite.com/waveform.
Welcome back, everybody. Last segment of the pod, a little short one. Pixel Pass, RIP, added to the Google graveyard,
What?
is dead. If you didn't,
Could
yeah,
have seen this coming.
yeah. If you didn't know what Pixel Pass was, came out with the Pixel 6. It was sort of like this subscription service that you would buy with your phone, and I think you could add it later. It's a similar thing to Apple Care, but it also adds a bunch of other services. So it would get you insurance coverage for your phone. That was the Apple Care part. It also gave you YouTube Music, YouTube Premium, 200 gigabytes of cloud storage, and Google Play Pass, which gives you like points for when you buy things on Google Play. And they're getting rid of it.
Well, hold on. But the funniest part about what they're getting rid of is that this was in 2021. We are 22 months away from when this was announced. And one of the main selling points was that this was also kind of financing your phone. So it was $45 a month for the Pixel 6 or $55 a month for the Pixel 6 Pro.
Right.
So at the end of those 2 years, you had paid off your phone, and it
Hasn't been 2 years.
a new Pixel phone upgrade every 2 years was one of the selling points
Oh my
of
God.
Pixel Pass. So now we are
Yo.
2 months away from the upgrade that you would be getting from Pixel Pass.
Yo.
So not one single person who bought Pixel
No
Pass
way.
gets to upgrade
Is
their
it
phone.
officially dead or is this a rumor?
It's
It's
dead.
officially dead.
It's gone.
They definitely had like
I-
a to-do list item where they were like, we need to kill Pixel Pass before October.
Bro, I smell a class action lawsuit.
It's
If that was one of the reasons that you would buy this,
Yeah, I think
It'll probably
it'll be hard to do that because technically what it's saying, like you would come up on the 2 years and then you would be continuing to pay that money. So it wouldn't make sense. Your phone's paid off, right? So now you're paying too much for all these extra things. So getting the new phone and restarting your payment plan kind of is what the upgrade
so
is.
it wasn't like you get a free phone.
It's not a free phone, but it's you would just continue your payments, and then that would be
Oh,
getting
I
all of the
see.
things plus the payment pin. It's kind of like what carriers do now with like you're paying your phone off every 2 years.
okay. I still
So
smell
it's not
a class
straight
action
up-
lawsuit.
It's certainly like Google, you want people to trust you. Like the Pixel 6 was this big hardware change. Like, hey, we're in this for the long run.
Yeah.
Look at us. Trust us, bro. Like, we're here. Get this because you're going to keep wanting Pixel upgrades.
Google had such a pristine reputation before.
The fact that they killed this 2 months right before, like when I have a screenshot here, it says it's a new way to own a phone. Here's what's included. And the first thing it says is the latest Pixel, a new Pixel phone with upgrades every 2 years. And you kill it off 22 months later.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
That's pretty rough.
And horrible for
'Cause it's-
anyone who is very excited.
Oh, right, because it's financing. Okay, so
It's
you're basically
basically
financing the phone, and then you also get all the other stuff, and it costs you $45 to $50 a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 45, $55 a month, like you've paid well over $1,000 by the end of the 2 years. So you just keep paying that, and then every 2 years you get a new phone, and you don't pay. This is very popular in the U.S. A lot of carriers subsidize things like this too, but you don't pay the full $1,000 of the new phone. You just keep paying $55 a month or however many dollars per month that phone is, and there's your new phone, and you just pay until you've more than paid off the value of the phone. You just keep going and going and going, and every 2 years you get a new phone. And this one didn't make it 2 years.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
There's something about like this like getting axed a few months ago, but like they really pushed this to the brim. There were people probably on this like, I'm so excited for my Pixel 8. Look, the leaks keep coming out. I know what it looks like already. 2 months. I'm just gonna keep paying the subscription I'm used to, and I'm gonna have a Pixel 8.
I've got a high-res render of it on my phone, so I just look at it every day.
So apparently they didn't even offer it with the Pixel Fold. So
they-
everyone
yeah,
thought
yeah.
they just weren't offering it with Pixel Fold, but that was their way of saying it's dead.
It is funny because I could see it not being offered as the Pixel Fold because
It's
the
an
price is
$1,800 phone.
Yeah, the price is
Yeah.
based off of the price of the phone, and the 6 and 6 Pro are so close to each other. It's only a $10 per month difference, but the Fold would be so much. So they're probably like, oh, you know, maybe it's too much of a difference for that.
Wait, look at this. So there's an FAQ as to why they're getting rid of it. The question is, why is Pixel Pass being discontinued? The answer is, we offer the best value of our hardware products and give users the flexibility to purchase their favorite services. We continue to evaluate offers based on customer feedback and provide different ways for them to access the best of Google. That's not an answer. And it's their
not an
own
answer at
FAQ.
all. Yeah.
It's not even them like answering someone's question in the crowd. It's like their own FAQ.
Yeah. That's like when someone says, why didn't you do this? You just go, I'm doing the best I can over here.
Yeah.
And you just don't
We
answer
love
the
our
question.
customers.
Bard
Yeah.
wrote that, yeah.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Wow.
Nicely done, Bard.
But yeah, I don't know. It feels pretty brutal.
Wow. That's pretty brutal.
I feel like if Apple did this, there would be a crazy uproar. Like if Apple 2 years ago had made this part of Apple One, and it was like, you get a phone every 2 years, and then 2 months before said, never mind, this
Yeah.
would be like everywhere.
I will argue on scale, the uproar is the same, but Apple's scale is just way bigger.
That's true.
The
So-
Pixel scale just unfortunately is not that big.
They're also honoring all 2-year terms on anyone that bought Pixel Pass in the last 2 years. So if you bought it with the Pixel 7, you'll still have it for another year. And they're also giving everyone who ever bought Pixel Pass a $100 coupon, which can be used towards a Pixel device purchase on Google Fi only. Nice.
Cool.
Okay. Well,
So yeah, you get to keep your YouTube Premium and music and your insurance pretty much for it.
if you bought
Right,
it.
if you bought
up
it
until
and-
your 2 years
Yeah,
ends.
but
Yeah.
you don't get that upgrade, which again, the first marketing point when this originally came out was the upgrade.
Apparently, a lot of people are mad because do you remember when they Google Play Music had like an early adopter price that was $7 a month, and it was going to be $7 a month for life, and then they upped the price later, and then they got rid of Google Play Music but went to YouTube Music, but the people who had Google Play Music got to keep the price. So apparently a lot of people are mad because they were like, wait, Pixel Pass is a better deal for me, and then now they're getting rid of it. They don't have the grandfathered price anymore.
Woof.
Woof. Anyway, semantics.
The
and small
moral of the
things.
story here is
Don't
when Google
trust.
introduces something, don't depend on it existing for a long time.
Yeah. Which is depressing.
Generally a good rule.
Because there's a few things that they offer that is like the best in the industry, like Google Drive.
I should say don't mention any of them out loud,
Oh.
and then
Maybe they won't.
Yeah. A friend of mine who works at Google told me that if it doesn't make $1 billion, they will kill it, even if it's net positive.
That sounds exactly right.
Yeah.
Which is why we only just have like Gmail, YouTube, and Google search.
That's basically it.
And Bard is like quivering
Everything
in the
else is
corner.
on the cutting board.
Like Bard is really, really shaking.
That's a good
over
point.
there.
Like basically everything else is like they could cut that tomorrow and I would not be surprised.
Man.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's been a chaotic ride. Let's finish it up with the trivia answers.
Wait, time out.
Was that your record?
That was my own record.
that was
scratch
actually the
sound effect.
soundboard. That wasn't-
Yeah. Shout out to Howie Adderley, who tweeted at us and made a website where you can play along with trivia. And Marques has not seen this yet. So Marques, if you will click the link.
I'm clicking the link. I'm clicking the link.
Where'd you put it?
He literally went through and tracked like every trivia question.
Whoa.
And then
And it looks amazing, dude.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
Wow, look at those.
What is
graphs.
the website called again?
WVFRMtrivia.com.
That's amazing.
And it's not only play along, you can go back and play essentially every single question that's ever been asked.
I did it, and I got so many of my own questions wrong. I was so embarrassed. This must be how you guys feel.
And they're multiple choice, and you got them wrong.
Yeah.
So they were easier for you.
Yeah.
Because one,
That's
you
really
made
funny.
them. And
It has player stats in different categories.
Wow.
it does. And he
Best
had,
guest scores.
they had to go through, and like trivia's changed a couple times. So like
Yeah.
we used to play it where one person got posed the question, whoever was losing at that point, and if they got it wrong, then the next person got to steal. So some of these are, I think they even wrote what we answered for specific things. Yeah, if you go to game log on the side, it will show every single question, show what the answer is, show what the person
Holy
guessed.
smokes.
This
My
is
favorite part of this is in the
wild.
top right corner. You can switch to dark mode.
I love that.
Oh.
I love that.
Marquez's top category is auto. My top
there's
category
top
is science.
categories?
And Andrew's top category is other.
My top category is getting them wrong.
They made a gold, silver, and bronze waveform
This is
medal.
so sick. Like,
What I learned is
Shout
I am
out.
not even close to 50% accuracy on trivia. So.
you're 41.2. It's not that
Yeah,
bad.
I would like to not
That's
be that low.
relatively. It's not that far
I-
away.
There's top guests on the side. Dan Seifert is in here, getting 4 out of 6 questions right, and just knowing that the only questions he answered were about G Fuel is fantastic.
Yeah.
He has a 66% G Fuel rating.
If this stays updated, I would love to get up to 50% accuracy. That's what I'm going to do.
Dude, and he put links to our YouTube, X, Spotify, Apple Music, and merch stores.
Can we request he changes it to Twitter, even though it?
Even though it's X.
I'm sure he's listening.
Can you just make it Twitter instead?
This guy is truly amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Thank
but you
you,
can play
Howie
also.
Adderley. So let's get up to 50%. Time for trivia. So, first question.
I'm getting them wrong.
Believe it or not, Polestar has been around since 96.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was Blank Engineering, sharing the same name of what DC superhero?
DC. I don't know. DC.
Sharing the name, like exact name, or based off of the name?
No, exact name. I will give you a last second hint.
Well, I already wrote down.
Do it.
Okay.
Don't.
Do
No,
it.
hint.
Barry Allen.
Don't know.
The listeners are screaming at you
I'm
right
so
now.
wrong.
Flip him and read,
Al-
boys.
I always
Flip
know
him and
what it is
read.
now.
Too late.
Nope.
Flip it.
Oh, frick me.
What'd you guys say?
Wayne?
Wayne Engineering. Bruce Wayne.
Good guess.
Oh, I wrote Cyclops. Is that
That's Marvel.
that's Marvel?
X-Men, yeah.
That's real?
Oh,
It's real.
Is X?
Robin Engineering.
Or
Okay,
Robin.
it's Flash.
Robin.
It's Flash,
Ooh,
isn't
close.
it?
It's Flash.
Why
I was
did you
thinking
get?
of Flash.
What's the point? Okay, anyway. Of a last second hint if I can't even change
It wasn't a last second hint. You had like 3 seconds.
You said
there.
I'll give you a. Okay, whatever. It's okay. You're right. You shouldn't have even given.
Oh,
me
that was X-Men. I thought he looked kind of like Superman, who's DC. So I thought maybe.
X-Men only officially became Marvel fairly recently, though, right?
That's what I
No,
was thinking.
X-Men has always been Marvel. The movie rights were owned by other companies.
Please don't cancel me.
Okay, next question before David gets canceled.
Okay.
Next question. First titanium phone, it was an Ericsson. Specifically, it was the Ericsson R320 Titan Limited Edition. What year did it come out? We're doing the 1 year buffer on either side.
The hint is it wasn't the year 1.
Actually, I
Wait,
have
was it a
another-
smartphone or a dumb phone?
My percentage is plummeting.
Can I say that? Do you think it's fair?
I think it's fair.
It doesn't help me know what
It's
year.
a
it
dumb
came out.
phone.
That's right. I knew it. Okay.
I'm just gonna stick with what I said because it's wrong.
So, fun fact, Ericsson actually put out its first phone in the late 1800s. So it could be any year between this and now. But it's not.
Wait.
Let's
Did
read
they-
the boards.
Did they create
They didn't create, but they were way early to the game.
Yeah.
Checks out.
1800s? It was the Bell thing, right? Alexander Graham Bell.
We can talk about this in another
Okay.
episode and
All
stuff.
right.
Let's
All right.
I just guessed 2009.
2009. No.
I wrote 2008.
Nope.
2005.
It was 2000.
So closest.
I almost put that, but I was like, no, that was my example. That was,
I know when you said that, I
can't
was
believe-
like, wow. So like, if it's 2000,
So closest, right?
sure.
Wait, what?
What?
Wait, no, yeah,
No,
we didn't say
that is not-
Yeah, you almost got me.
I knew those weren't the rules. I was just hoping.
All of our percentages have now.
I feel like you
They
knew it was a
dropped.
joke, and then you agreed, and you were like, oh wait, no, this might work.
That's exactly what happened.
Well, that's going to do it for this week. Thanks for watching and listening to a ever more chaotic episode of the Waveform podcast. We just have all kinds of tangents and all kinds of topics and all kinds of spoons to talk about sometimes. Either way, catch us next week from Apple HQ. We'll be at the event. We'll be figuring out if our predictions were right or not. Make sure you subscribe to see that when it comes out. And of course, get subscribed to see the rest of the stuff that we talk about after. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.
And with that, Waveform is produced by Adam Molina and Ellis Rovin. We're partnered with the Vox Media Podcast Network, and our intro-outro music was created by Vane Sill. Add and clips outro. Did Adam just leave?
He's in the bathroom.
Yeah. Lock the door.
Lock the door. Don't lock the door, baby.